Jai Srimad Narayan. Jai Srimad Narayan. I pay my obeisances to my spiritual master, Srimad Jagat Guru Sudarshan Acharya Ji Maharaj. I pay my obeisances to Lord Sri Ramanuj. I pay my obeisances to our Purva Acharyas. I pay my obeisances to our 12 alvars. I pay my obeisances to Mother Lakshmi, and I pay my obeisances to Lord Srimad Narayan. I welcome all of you here physically at the Sri Narayan Dham in Durban, South Africa. I welcome those that's watching this discourse locally, nationally, and internationally. And I welcome in advance those that's going to be watching this discourse when it is posted on YouTube and the various groups from around the world subsequent. We are on the spiritual revolution of the Bhagavad Gita, and I decided to go back to chapter 2, verse 1. Initially, when I started this series of discourses, my idea was to transcribe these discourses and embed it in the Bhagavad Gita, titled The Spiritual Revolution of the Bhagavad Gita. But because knowledge, transcendental knowledge, is infinite, and I can go on and on and on explaining the Bhagavad Gita, then that task will become monumental, and also the readers in this Kali Yuga would not have the inclination to read such depth of the Bhagavad Gita. So I decided, as Cyril calls it, to give bite-sized information on the verses of the Bhagavad Gita whenever possible. That bite-sized information on the Bhagavad Gita, together with explanations and clarifications and refutations, that will form the spiritual revolution of the Bhagavad Gita. That will be collected and made in electronic book form and also physical book form. These discourses will be the bank. These discourses will be reflected throughout that publication, and scholars I don't have any scholars in my audience here, and these discourses won't be palatable to them. So scholars will go into the depth of the Bhagavad Gita, those that want to go deeper into understanding of the Bhagavad Gita. That summarized version will be penned by myself electronically. We started with part 1 and part 2, and it will be a coherent understanding of the Bhagavad Gita. So the reason we say revolution, what does revolution mean? Can somebody find the meaning of revolution? What does revolution mean? We say spiritual revolution of the Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. What does that mean? When is there a revolution? Your mask is hiding 90% of your voice. You need to scream like how you used to scream at your daughter. Oh, okay.
The latest change in government or society is often involved
Yes, so I was looking for the word uprising. I was looking for the word uprising, which means currently the Bhagavad Gita is in a dormant state, both in a dormant state and in a falsified state. Which is the most famous Bhagavad Gita in the world today? If we have to start looking for Bhagavad Gita, which Bhagavad Gita is the world going for? Saudi Arabia is teaching the Bhagavad Gita in Saudi Arabia. Pakistan now is going to teach the Bhagavad Gita. India has made it compulsory for Bhagavad Gita to be taught. Which Bhagavad Gita are they teaching? Bhagavad Gita as it is. Can you see how deep the false Bhagavad Gita has entered almost every domain? The Bhagavad Gita by Swami Prabhupada is false in its entirety. There can be no such thing as Krishna consciousness. I'm repeating, there can be no such thing as Krishna consciousness. Yes or no? And if yes, why? And if no, why? Why can there be no such thing as Krishna consciousness which is eternal? No, it's not a cult. Does Lord Krishna appear in this material world? He appears. How often does he appear? Is he here today? Is Lord Shri Krishna here in the material universe today in the form of his avatar? No. Is he anywhere else in his form as an avatar? Is he anywhere else in his form as an avatar? Is he anywhere in any domain, either spiritual or physical, as an avatar? Where he took his birth as an avatar? In the spiritual world or in the material world? Where did he leave his body as an avatar? In the spiritual world or in the material world? Where does that avatar exist only? Is it in existence? Is that avatar in existence, or did he play his part and leave? If he played his part and left 5,000 years ago, how many years did he live for? You can Google how old was Lord Krishna in the Mahabharata era. All the answers are there. Was Lord Krishna born in the Mahabharata? And did he live in the Mahabharata? Did he appear in the Mahabharata? Did he disappear in the Mahabharata? If something that appears and disappears, is it eternal? So can there be such thing as Krishna consciousness that is eternal? Logic. You see, there's two types of understanding. two types of understanding. All spiritual knowledge, is it there for the utility of God or is it there for the utility of mankind? God is the essence of all spiritual knowledge. Does he need to know? He is the knower already. Does he need to know? Who needs to know? All spiritual knowledge is for the direct benefit of whom? Mankind. Is there any need for mankind to dream knowledge? What is mankind known for in terms of knowledge? Is reason and logic part of the calibration of mankind? Reason and logic. Reason and logic. Is it calibrated into mankind? Yes. Mankind only survives through reason and logic. And our entire existence is based on reason and logic. Every building is built on reason and knowledge. An aeroplane flies on reason and logic. Yes? We test the reasonableness and we test the logic. And then we dress it up with knowledge, don't we? Knowledge that is not logical and knowledge that is not reasonable. What must you do to such knowledge? If God calibrated you to reason and God gave you the attribute of logic, is there need to assimilate any knowledge that has no logic and cannot be reasoned? Do you understand? So God did not create a knowledge system that is beyond logic and beyond reason. God did not create a knowledge system that is beyond reason and beyond logic. Hear me one more time. God did not create anything for man to assimilate that cannot be logical and that cannot be reasonable. And knowledge has been dispensed by the Creator for the use of man only. For the use of man only. Using reason and logic. So let's take the eighth avatar of Lord Srimad Narayan. If we need to know anything about Lord Sri Krishna, in the library of the Vedas, in the library of the Vedas, which encyclopedia we must go to? Because we need to use reason, we need to use logic. If we want to know about Lord Sri Krishna, must we go to the Ramayana? Must we go to the Upanishads? Must we go to the Vedanta Sutra? Where must we go? Using reason and logic. We must go to where knowledge is available of his birth, of his life, and of his disappearance. Does it make sense? If you want to know about Acharya Shyam Ramanuj, must you go to Siddhartha Ashram in Faridabad, India, and check Guruji's life, or must you go onto the Sri Narayan Dham website where my bio is available in a summarized form? Where you must go? You must go to the Sri Narayan Dham website. Then you'll find out where I was born, what school I went to, what my qualifications are, how many types of occupations I had, and where I am seated now. If you go anywhere else, can you go on my brother's website? Can you go on my mother's website? Can you go on Jessica's website? You must go on my website. And where is Lord Sri Krishna's website? Where is Lord Sri Krishna's website? The Mahabharata. The entire bio of Lord Sri Krishna is in the Mahabharata. He takes his appearance, he makes his disappearance, and his entire life and teaching is contained explicitly in the Mahabharata. Is that logical? Is that reasonable? You can only know spirituality through scriptures. You can only know spirituality through scriptures. Who must state that? Who must state that? The gurus of this universe or the creator of the universe? Use logic and use reason. Who must state that? The gurus of the universe or the creator of the universe? See how nice it is when you start using logic and reason. And it's already in you, Divaskar. You don't have to go university to get logic. You don't have to go technicon to get knowledge, logic and reason. You don't have to do a PhD to use logic and reason. God already calibrated every human being to use logic and reason. And the knowledge that flows from the Supreme Lord, who is the source, through the three divine mediums and the material medium, is all logic and reason. Is all logic and reason. Some knowledge can be understood immediately. Other knowledge has esoteric meaning. What does esoteric mean? ESOTERIC. What does esoteric mean? Hidden, it's there, but beyond the surface. Beyond the surface. But if your frequency to receive knowledge is calibrated by yourself, you have the calibration to acquire the frequency to receive knowledge. You see, in this week, I downloaded this concept of the Mahabharata. I downloaded the concept of the Mahabharata in relation to Lord Sri Krishna. Remember, The entire world has taken to Krishna consciousness. Our world is now in belief of Krishna consciousness. I need to refute that in its entirety. I need to refute Krishna consciousness in its entirety. Who must give me this information? Lord Shri Krishna himself. So I engaged with Lord Shri Krishna at the transcendental level, and I asked him to send me information to refute Krishna consciousness. And this is why, for the past 2 or 3 months, I didn't want it to be mystical to you that I can engage with Lord Sri Krishna. I don't want that to be mystical. I want it to be scientific. I want it to be scientific. And I explained to you on numerous occasions scientifically that there are 4 levels of communication: the written word and the spoken word. Next, the mental conversation you have within yourself, which is inaudible and unspoken. Inaudible, unspoken mental conversation within yourself. So I went there and I started having a conversation with Lord Sri Krishna, because my frequencies are attuned to receive this knowledge. My frequencies are attuned to receive this knowledge. Javir, don't go in your mind and start asking Mother Lakshmi for a whole lot of money and have a mental conversation with Mother Lakshmi and tell her how your bank balance is almost a couple hundred rands only, and how can, because you don't have the frequency to talk to her. No data. You can talk and talk, and she won't listen, or she'll listen but won't pull at the bank account. Bank account will remain the same. You must have data to engage in these 4 levels of communication. So I took the written lies by Swami Prabhupada. Is it written? I took his written lies. Then I had a mental conversation. That mental conversation took me to the intuitive dimension. And from the intuitive dimension, I landed in absolute pure knowledge. There I found Swami Prabhupada's Bhagavad Gita totally false in its entirety, because I could not download the Brahma Samhitas. And his Bhagavad Gita is based on the Brahma Samhitas. I could not download it. If it's not and cannot be downloaded transcendentally, it means it does not exist transcendentally. It can exist materially, but it cannot exist transcendentally. It has no transcendental existence. What is the status of transcendental? Spiritual. Status of transcendental is spiritual. And what is the status of spirituality? Eternal. Eternal means always existing. So the Bhagavad Gita of Swami Prabhupada is false. It is reaching humanity in its falsity. And we have to revolt through a revolution of the Bhagavad Gita. We have to revolt through a revolution of the Bhagavad Gita until every last Bhagavad Gita as it is of Swami Prabhupada is deleted from the minds of humanity. You understand? So did we have a revolution in South Africa when apartheid, which was false, was imposed? Did we have a revolution? Did that revolution reinstate the original position for South Africans in a democracy? Up until we learned that apartheid was wrong, we continued to live in apartheid. Yes? When activists came to the forefront and showed us that apartheid is wrong, it was only then we realized we were living in a false society. Yes or no? That we were oppressed. So until I came around publicly, internationally, people around the world is still accepting the false Bhagavad Gita of Swami Prabhupada and Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness has to be eradicated as a terminology because as we have logically and reasonably perused through the scriptures, we found that Lord Sri Krishna, that avatar is temporary. That avatar is temporary. Like my 10 years in the South African police force, my avatar as a policeman was, but I still live on. I still live on. If somebody takes my avatar, my police life, and makes it as if it was my entire life, and you must support my bio as a policeman in its entirety, will it be false? I was only a policeman for 10 years. I still exist, but my designation as a policeman has no mandate at all. I can't take Satish Bhai for spitting in my backyard, put him in the back of the Fortuner, take him to the police station, write a statement, open a docket, clip A, B, and C, and put my force number there, and sign Acharya Shyam Ramanuj. Can I do that? Why? I'm no longer a policeman. Is Lord Krishna outside his avatar? His avatar. Every avatar is a frequency. Lord Narayan takes on the frequency of an avatar, leaves the frequency of our avatar, and goes back to Lord Narayan. Anyone who is following Krishna consciousness is unconscious. Only unconscious people can follow Krishna consciousness. Is Krishna consciousness a sectarian institution? Is God sectarian? Is Sanatan Dharma sectarian? Can Krishna consciousness and Sanatan Dharma coexist? Are we understanding? Is that logic? Is that reason? Can you go sing a Mahakali Bhajan, Trisha, in any of the ISKCON? Just go there, sit there. What do you think they'll do to you, Trisha? You'll be sacrificed at their altar. But can you sing a Kali Bhajan in any of Lord Srimad Narayan's satsang anywhere in the world? Yes. Because Narayan is not sectarian. And Mother Kali is part and parcel of him. Alright? You understand? So these Krishnavites has a start date and has an end date. This is their end date. Started on Ram Navami. Started on Ram Navami. But this world is technologically advanced. Our world is technologically advanced. When Prabhupada was disseminating this falsity in the West, people had no information to validate and fact check. Yes? And it is a natural calibration in humankind of any religion. When they see a guru, they get euphoric. I went to many international meetings. I went to the G20. I met spiritual leaders from around the world, across religions. When they see a guru like this, they melt and they succumb to the aura or perceived aura of a guru, and they believe that a guru is all knowing. Yes? How many of you went to various gurus believing all those gurus are all knowing? Yes? Yes. Because when you wear this orange garb, it gives you license to either tell the absolute truth or half truths or quarter truths and license to lie. Like what Prabhupada did. An untruth is a lie, Jessica. And I want to use this word freely after the Madlanga Commission. When they asked Colonel Jacob, he said, please, you calling me a liar is harsh. Then they asked him, is your evidence factual? He said, no, it's not factual, but it's not a lie. You understand? And then I decided that we need to be harsh for the people to know that the Bhagavad Gita as it is a complete lie. And it was commentated upon a liar. The lies did not appear there on its own. The person who gave the commentary is a liar. Yes? hard and stinging, but is it the truth? Is it the truth that if you give a commentary on lies, then you have to be dressed as a guru? And this is a lesson for the world. You need to strip the dhoti and see what's inside. Don't believe the dhoti for all what you see. And this is such a beautiful moment for me. I'm going to enjoy this because I'm going to take the whole world on a factual journey. Would us, every discourse of mine can be fact checked immediately, because the instrument for fact checking is what they're watching me through. Whoever is watching this discourse can fact check whatever I am saying with me. We're going to take this journey together. The entire world is going to take this journey of revolting against Swami Prabhupada's false commentary on the Bhagavad Gita together. In fact, I am helping his devotees who were imprisoned in lies for over 60 years. I am removing the shackles of lies from their minds. They've been living a false lie. They've been dancing around the world based on lies. Now they can dance in freedom. In freedom. When apartheid was imposed upon us, what did we call it? Jessica? When apartheid was imposed upon us, when we lived under apartheid, is that not oppression? Has Swami Prabhupada not oppressed the minds of his followers and those that acknowledge his Bhagavad Gita? Are those minds not oppressed at the moment? By us exposing, are we not releasing his devotees from hell? Where you think his devotee is going to go? Because the Vedas ask you not to blindly follow any guru. Is not their mistake? What is their mistake? Blindly following a fake guru. Is that not their karma? When they go to Yamraj, Swami Prabhupada already seated there. When they go to Yamraj, what will they tell Yamraj? And what will Swami Prabhupada tell them? Swami Prabhupada will ask them, if I tell you go have your 3 meals in the toilet and eat that which is in the toilet, will you eat it? Who will ask them that? And what do you think Yamraj is going to do to? That is what ISKCON devotees have been eating 3 meals a day. And we need to bring them back to reality. And I have to be militant and harsh in my discourses to shake the world awake. To shake the world awake. In fact, the first thing I'm going to do is we need to write to the Modi government and stop him from, well, he's not going to do it directly, he needs the votes. But they need to put a panel on which Bhagavad Gita should be taught in schools. Currently in the world today, the only Bhagavad Gita that is authentic is that by Lord Sri Ramanuj. Does the world know that? So, can I go and tell the world that the only authentic Bhagavad Gita in the world today is by Lord Ramanuj without refuting the other Bhagavad Gita? I have to refute and replace the truth. Yes or no? Is it logical? If I say Lord Ramanuj's Bhagavad Gita is as it is, then I'm putting in a competition. There is no competition in God's word. God's word is final and absolute. So I said logic, when I went into my system for information and I said that when I discuss the soul, where is the soul discussed and who discusses the soul most comprehensively? It is the avatar, Lord Sri Krishna, in chapter 2 of the Bhagavad Gita, which is embedded in the Mahabharata. Where must we get the best examples? Where must we get the best examples relating to a soul? In which encyclopedia? Sanatan Dharma has a library called the Vedas. Lord Sri Krishna speaks the Bhagavad Gita in the encyclopedia called the Mahabharata. When we want to know of anything in the Bhagavad Gita, pre-Bhagavad Gita in the Mahabharata and post-Bhagavad Gita in the Mahabharata, where must that knowledge be contained? God is absolute. God is absolute. Lord Shri Krishna in his avatar is absolute. If he appeared in the Mahabharata and he personified the cosmic law, where must the entire cosmic law be present? Where? The Mahabharata must be the foundational structure, scriptural structure for the entire Vedas must be enacted in the Maha. The four Vedas must be enacted in the Maha. The Upanishads must be enacted in the Maha. The Brahma Sutras must be enacted in the. Do you understand? So this is where I went personally in this coming week. I downloaded the Mahabharata to find every aspect of Lord Sri Krishna. To find every aspect of Lord Sri Krishna. You think I found it? Permission did I ask to download the Mahabharata? Lord Krishna, because he is the principle of the Mahabharata, is he not? And I said to him that there is a rogue institution, which he knows. They've been using your name for the past 60 years and making a killing. And making a killing. Is every Hare Krishna temple around the world, 800 of them, not making a killing with Lord Krishna's name? Are they not making a killing? If you look at the bank balances, are they not making a killing? By simply doing what? Just using the name Krishna and putting consciousness next to it. Krishna, consciousness, they're making a killing. And now we have to kill them. We have to kill them. Yes? Is it the right thing to do? You think anyone should be using God's name and make a financial killing? You understand? Don't use God's name to make a financial killing. How many millions and billions you think they make out of the sale of the Bhagavad Gita? How many million copies of the Bhagavad Gita are circulating around the world? Over 50 million? So somebody has to stop this fraud. It's called a spiritual fraud. But in order to awaken the world with the spiritual fraud, we have to provide factual evidence. We have to provide factual, scriptural evidence. Factual, scriptural evidence. That evidence is now in the Mahabharata. We generally, including myself, took the Mahabharata as a big fat book. It is not a big fat book. It is the cosmic law encyclopedia. The entire universe is contained in the Mahabharata. This whole universe is contained in the Mahabharata. Every aspect of the universe, every aspect of humanity, every behavior of humanity is in the Mahabharata, and the rogue institution ISKCON is also in the Mahabharata, described as demonic preachers. Demonic Mahabharata has demonic creatures. Alright? So I've downloaded the Mahabharata. Then I came from my room and I have this copy of the Mahabharata. And this is page 662. Page 662. And when I downloaded the Mahabharata, I had an intuitive understanding for the very first time of the death of Arjuna's son, of the death of, because I wanted on this Sunday to give an example of the soul, but from the Mahabharata. I wanted to give an example of the soul because I came back to chapter 2. If you don't understand chapter 2, there's no use me doing the Bhagavad Gita. This is where our consciousness is intersecting. Our consciousness is intersecting between material consciousness and spiritual consciousness. The intersection is this human body, and if I can't express upon you the absoluteness directly from the mouth of the Supreme Lord, then I'm going to fail. Then I'm going to fail. So in this exercise, remember I'm looking for Arjuna's son in a Mahabharata. This is a condensed Mahabharata. Of about 940 pages. 940 pages. I just came, I sat here, I put the aircon on because the maid was cleaning my kutir, and I opened to this page 662, where it talks about Arjuna's son. This part I wanted to reference with the information that I downloaded intuitively. And this is why I'm saying there is no mysticism when it comes to a bona fide spiritual master. The bona fide spiritual master will download from the transcendental platform, through the intuitive platform, through the mental platform, until he can speak it to you. Am I not speaking it to you? And this information is 100% pure. And before we're going to go into the verses itself, Dana cooked a lot of food. If you're hungry, don't worry. You don't have to leave the ashram on an empty stomach. Dana and Vibhashka cooked a lot of food. All right? And this is, I'm bringing it in the forefront, but later we're going to discuss it as its verse. So Arjuna had a son. Arjuna had a son, and his name is Abhimanu. Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu, that's Arjuna's son. He was an excellent warrior. Excellent warrior, could not be defeated one on one. impossible to defeat him one-on-one. The Prabhupada side, uh, the demonic side, I don't know why I equated the two. The demonic side crafted a plan and ambushed him. And he was killed through an ambush, and Arjuna was not present. And Yudhishthira, who is his brother, who is known for his absolute righteousness. Throughout the Mahabharata, Yudhishthira has been absolutely righteous. He must be known for his absolute righteousness. And Duryodhana has been known for his absolute unrighteousness. That is the core of the Mahabharata. Righteousness, unrighteousness, how God get involved, and how spiritual masters get involved, and what is the conclusion at the end. When Arjuna came to know of his son's sudden death, remember his son was only 16 years old. Son was only 16 years old, and many of us have children here. I have two sons. And there were times when I thought my sons would die, whilst I was a guru. Whilst I was a guru, and there was a sickening feeling when you know your own child may pass on. And then our mind starts thinking the last time we spoke to them, yes, and whether the conversation was a good conversation or not. It is a natural thing. We calibrate it this way. Even gurus are calibrated this way. Okay? Arjuna asked Lord Krishna if he could see his son for one last time. Is that not a human feature? When somebody passes on, and if we want to see that person for one last time. And Arjuna was the same. Because he was speaking to the Supreme Lord, the Lord summoned his son. The Lord summoned his son from another dimension, and his son appeared to him in a spiritual form. You think his son was happy to see him? You think his son was happy he was summoned from freedom to come and see his father? And his son explained his displeasure to Arjuna. He told Arjuna, why are you pining to see me? Many lifetimes I've been the son, and many lifetimes you've been the son. Our relationship was only temporary, bonded by karma. I am in freedom. Why are you bringing me back into bondage? There is no reason for you to grieve. I am back in my position. What the child told the father, why are you wasting your time grieving for me? Why do you want to see me again? Arjuna's son. Whose son? Arjuna. This is what the soul really is. You come together through karma and you depart through karma. There is no real relationship as mother, father, son, daughter, wife, child, dog, cat. These are all karmic relationships like straws coming down a river. When the current is conducive, a whole lot of straws will get together, yes? Whole lot of leaves will get together. And when there is an interference in the current, what will happen? They separate. Those years ago when we used to take buses, you all remember? Avir and all won't remember. That will be too far for them. Bus? Aye, man, what's that? Hmm? Avir? Bus? Ah, man. What's that bus? That's for other people. We should all wait at the bus stop. And one bus will come going to Springtown, another bus will come going to Varsity Drive, another bus will come going to Newlands, and we all take our destinations as before. Similarly, that's what we're doing here now. I'm the father of the two boys, our three grandchildren. Everything is temporary. Everything was put here by karma, and everything will be taken away by karma again. So there is no reason to emotionally attach yourself to your family. And I'm saying this again. There is no reason to emotionally attach yourself to your wife, to your husband, to your son, to your daughter, to your granddaughter, to your grandson, to your great grandson, to your great granddaughter. They came mathematically constituted with a portion of your karma, and you are here with a portion of their karma. When the karma is finished, they'll be gone. When your karma is finished for this lifetime, you'll be gone. All that emotion, that energy that you put in these relationships, wasted. Take that same energy and put it on God. Take that energy, put it on God, because God will always be there. God will always be there. Sons will leave you, daughters will leave you, grandchildren will leave you, you leave them, but you can't leave God, and God can't leave you. Yes? Only real relationship, only real relationship is between you and God. When you put God first, Avi, don't stop hating your wife by loving God. Go home now and she tell you, Avi, I need 200 rand. I feel like eating a pizza. And then you think, no, hey, I'd rather buy some mantra beads with the 200 rand. and get closer to God because Guru said, no. We are saying prioritize your emotions. Prioritize your emotions. Take your emotions and put it on God. Take your emotions and invest it in God. God will take care of your children. God will take care of your husband. God will take care of your wife. God will take care of your grandchildren. God will take care of everything. Don't put God number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. Put God number 1 and put the rest of your family in descending order, but don't invest your emotion into them. Be practical. If something needs to be practically done, then you do it. If Sherwin phones me and says, Dad, I need a loaf of bread, I can't tell Lord Narayan, please go to the shop, buy one loaf of bread, and leave it at Sherwin's house. Is that practical? So I'll have to make a plan. I'll phone Cyril. Hey, Cyril, how many Ks you from Sherwin's house? You say, walk in this. And I say, okay, walk to the tuck shop. Sherwin needs a loaf of bread. But if I sit in the ashram and get emotional, Sherwin don't have a loaf of bread, am I going to get ill? Is the negativity in me going to affect me? Am I going to use the negativity on everyone that's around me? Will my whole composure get negative? Because Sherwin got no bread and I invested my emotion in him, then I'm destroying my own sanity. Am I not? So I'm not saying you must be practical. You must help your children. That is dharma. Dharma has a lot of meaning. You have to be a dharmic parent. You have to be a dharmic grandparent. You have to be a dharmic wife. You have to be a dharmic husband. But what we say is don't invest your emotion in something that is temporary. Invest your emotion in something that is permanent, and the only permanent entity is the Supreme Lord. Yes or no? Because in every lifetime of yours, who is that constant that's always there? Only the Supreme Lord. That same wife might be with another husband, that husband might be with another wife, and the way this modern world is going, that wife might be the husband of another female, and that male might be the wife of another male. You know, we can't say. We can't say the wife is no more feminine and the husband is no more masculine. You can have a masculine wife and a feminine husband, you know. So we don't know. But God will always be constant. God will always be there. Does it make sense? When you place everything on God and rely on God, will He not ensure that Sherwin has a loaf of bread? Because He has capacity. By you worrying, by you stressing, and by you depressing yourself on the inadequacies of your children, you only harming yourself and you only passing negativity towards them. Yes or no? But if you tell your children, don't worry, God will fix it. If you teach your children, rely on God, what are you doing? Are you not solving the problem? Are you not solving the problems? So that is what is called dharma. In Sanatan Dharma, the word dharma has no English equivalent because dharma has millions of meanings, positive meanings, millions of positive meanings. Then in the Mahabharata, I'm not going to read the verses, we'll do it next week. So I want to qualify why I call Swami Prabhupada a liar. All right, I want to qualify. So the Supreme Lord takes his fourth avatar in partial avatars as Nara and Narayan. As Nara and Narayan. The same Lord Srimad Narayan becomes two sages, Nara and Narayan. Throughout the Mahabharata, we don't want to go anywhere else, but I downloaded and I researched this Nara and Narayan avatars are consolidated by other Vedas outside the Mahabharata as well. Consolidated by other Vedic injunctions confirming Nara and Narayan. Nara and Narayan, these two sages who are direct manifestations of Lord Srimad Narayan himself, Nara became Arjuna and Narayan became Krishna. And throughout the Mahabharata, original Mahabharata, obeisances is paid in every chapter to Nara and Nara. Nara and Narayan. And I said, if you want to know the absolute truth on who Lord Krishna is, you need to go into his encyclopedia dedicated to him. The encyclopedia dedicated to Lord Sri Krishna is the Mahabharata. So I want all of you here in the audience and those around the world currently and those around the world who's going to come into contact with this discourse to Google what I'm saying, Mahabharata, Nara and Narayan. Then you take that now and compare it to Swami Prabhupada, where he states that Lord Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead and Lord Narayan is his fourth manifestation. Swami Prabhupada states throughout his Bhagavad Gita that Lord Krishna is the supreme primal Lord and Lord Narayan is the fourth manifestation, which we are saying he is lying. He is lying. That means the entire Bhagavad Gita of Swami Prabhupada is a lie, and all his books are lies. Every book of Swami Prabhupada is a lie. Entire literature of ISKCON must be refuted. It must just not be refuted because Acharya Shyam Ramanuj is saying each person must refute, including the ISKCON devotees, The ISKCON devotees must now go into the Mahabharata. They don't have to look everywhere. Go into the Mahabharata and see the total contradiction of Swami Prabhupada in terms of Lord Sri Krishna. And because he took Krishna and put him on a pedestal and made his movement Krishna consciousness, we say there is no such thing. It doesn't exist. Krishna consciousness was only here during his appearance and disappearance in the era of the Mahabharata. Thereafter, Krishna consciousness disappeared. Thereafter, Krishna consciousness disappeared. The only consciousness that does not disappear even during the advent of the avatar is the Narayan consciousness. Is the Narayan consciousness. That consciousness remains the same even when there's an avatar present. Do you understand? So, the Supreme Primal Lord is Lord Srimad Narayan. They even said above Vaikunt, there's Goloka, Vrindavan, they had to be really high. Really, really high. Imagine Lord Krishna and Lord Narayan living together as two separate entities in the spiritual world. Can it be possible? Do you understand? So we need to refute. I can only refute in these hour-long discourses. I cannot refute with this much dynamism in my explanation of the Bhagavad Gita when I do 5 paragraphs in my introduction. So I will refute there, but I want to use this platform. We're going to do this every week. We're going to refute Krishna consciousness as non-existence with scriptural evidence. With scriptural evidence until it is eradicated from the mind. That word, Krishna consciousness, must disappear. It must be replaced with God consciousness. God consciousness is not sectarian. It embraces all of humanity. All right? Are there any questions? So Nara became Arjuna. Narayan became Krishna. Who tells us, although it is the opening prayer in the various sections, who confirms this? Lord Krishna himself in the Mahabharata tells Arjuna that you are Nara and I am Narayan. That closes any debate. There's nobody in Sanatana Dharma can refute what I am saying, because I am saying what Lord Krishna is saying, and Lord Krishna is saying he is an avatar of Lord Srimad Narayan. Now you can't have my submissions and Swami Prabhupada's submissions in the same universe. He needs to be born in another universe. There are millions of universes. He needs to be born in another universe, start his ISKCON in another universe until I pass on and take my birth in that universe. Then you have to pick it from there too. All right? Jessica is happy. Jessica is really happy. Jessica? She can see ISKCON every day through her windows. And if this wasn't a spiritual matter and we could handle ISKCON fraud materially, how Jessica will prepare the paperwork. Jai Sriman Narayan.